Hello guys, this is the Anime Alley here, and welcome to a new series I'm about to start. The Fruit of Grisaia. Yeah. I played this game before, but it's enjoyable, and if you've seen the show, props to you. Even though in the show it showed them doing a harem route, and this is each individual person. But anyway, let's start. Intense sunlight blazes down on the road as if to declare the arrival of summer. That's what I need. I need to put something up here for a second. Not that, not that. Where is this? Here we are. I'm going to put this over here. What the? There we go. Okay, should be good. The burning asphalt radiates heat, mixing with the scent of the tide to form a thick, muggy atmosphere. Oh, water. It's way too early for this kind of weather, and when the temperature is abnormally high, you're always going to get some people who lose their heads and start acting erratically. In other words, it's only natural that the police would be looking out for suspicious types at times like this. It was about 10 minutes ago that I had realized I've been mistaken for one of those heatstroke idled sorts. Sweat pouring from his forehead as he examines my license, the police in front of me takes a glance at the large backpack I'm carrying, then continues the background check. Yes. I told you this 10 minutes ago. I'm moving. This luggage is everything I own. Like I said, I don't have one yet. The answer's not going to change no matter how many times you ask. It's not that simple. Where did you come from? Where are you going? What are you planning to do? Depending on the context, these could be fairly philosophical questions, but as far as police inquiries go, they're pretty run-of-the-mill. From their perspective, anyone wandering around without clear-cut business is by default a criminal of some sort. Let alone someone like me carrying around a conspicuous bulky luggage. It's as good as a guarantee that they stop me. That is their job, I suppose, since this little scene acts as a crime deterrent through its visibility. It's not entirely wasted effort. But unfortunately, I don't have all day to play along. Ugh. I drop a glance towards the digital watch I'm wearing around my wrist. Sorry, but I'm keeping someone waiting. I really can't spare any more time for hanging out with bored cops. A bored cop force is proof that the city's at peace. Take it as a compliment. Inexplicably taking offense at my tone, the police clicks his tongue in irritation and tosses my license back. I refuse. If you actually seen the show, then you know full well what he's carrying. I don't rely on Blaze's policy of mine. Look, are you really telling me to unpack all of this on the spot? It'll take an hour, at least 30 minutes just to take it all out. 30 minutes to stuff it back in. I'm out of tea, so this is going to be tough. All I have is water, which is not refreshing at all. I just told you I don't have the time. I can't accept voluntary questioning. I know you can't just back down in this situation, but if hey, I'll head over there myself later. Could we wrap this up for now? We don't have any place yet. We haven't even, as if I explained, I'm in the middle of a move. I'm vacated my old place, so I don't have an address. I don't have any parents, no siblings, no relatives either. They're all dead. Okay. I feel like I should go into backstory because it's not going to explain. Luckily, it does not bring up that backstory in this game at all, except when it comes to Amen. But I'm not going to do her out. I'm not a big fan of thirsty girls. See, sister died in bus accident. Father went deranged crazy. Mother took us away, but then he found us. Mother told me to run. The police, for some reason, went back. See our mother get raped and murdered by our own father. Then him being arrested, or then we get adopted by a criminal mastermind of assassins, then taken in, which helped us kill our father. Then we were saved by the government. That's about wraps everything up from what I know from the story from the anime. You can take my word for it. I pay attention to detail. This is going nowhere. Then at least let me call the person I'm supposed to be meeting. At this rate, I'll be waiting all day. I'm not going to tell you that. It's your mother. We had an appointment at the hotel. I was keeping... throwing this to a police officer. We to make someone pissed off. Yes, thank you. I wasn't going to read that. About 30 minutes away from where we were talking, someone screams. A desperate cry follows within seconds. A woman sits collapsed on the street, stretching out her hand. Her high heels lie on the ground, knocked off her feet by the sudden fall. Just about halfway between us, there's a man in a flashy Hawaiian shirt running in this direction. Although the thief flinches for a moment at the sight of a policeman's uniform, after a quick check for any convenient side streets, he barrels onward. Brandish the stolen peg menacingly, his hand violently gestures get out of the way. The cop is completely flustered. He's quite clearly unaccustomed to this sort of situation. While he's panicking, the distance between us and the thief shrinks with surprising swiftness. The man runs in a straight line toward a breakthrough to freedom. I happen to be standing directly in the middle of his path. As he prepares to strike with the bag, I assent the movement of his shoulder an arm from the first signs of motion, and hit his wrist sharply just as he begins to swing. The man's arm intensely stiffens and loses all momentum. His eyes pop wide open in shock. I immediately grab the collar of the Hawaiian shirt he's wearing and firmly draw him toward me. Before the man can offer resistance to my pull, I smoothly reverse and use my body weight to shove against him. When pushed just as they begin to brace themselves against being pulled, anyone except a genuine expert is going to be thrown off balance. Nice shirt, where you buy it? Shock spreads across the man's face as his knees buckle against his will. I try to gain a chokehold using my grip on the neck of his shirt, but the man promptly draws his head back and swifts his body to the side, preventing me from landing a hold on his neck. Although I expected as much from a glance at his build, it seems like he's somewhat experienced in judo. But in this case, which you have been better off trying a decisive tackle. Rotating around the purse snatcher in the opposite direction of his slide, I yank his right arm upward with both hands, and in one moment I just circled to his back. Next, pull back on the opponent's wrist and elbow and pin him to the ground. This is basic Aikido, by the way. Hey now, you got your priorities all wrong. Before worrying about me, you should kill the guy who sold you that shirt. Perhaps unconsciously, the man's now empty right hand desperately slaps at the asphalt. While holding the thief pinned, I quickly shoot a look behind me. Don't just stand there. The policeman jerks up straight in response to my angry shout. Taking a pair of handcuffs from the pouch around his waist, he runs over to restrain the criminal. The purse snatcher seems to have resigned himself to his fate and doesn't offer any pointless resistance. He accepts his red-handed arrest for thief docile. Am I pronouncing that right? Then sits quietly on the ground with his head hung as the police radios for backup. Apparently, they weren't too far off as sirens approaches in no time. Also, I should see some sound. Oh yeah, I had everything low. That I needed. Default. A little bit there. Okay, let's go back now. This should be good. Two policemen get out of the arriving cruiser and push the criminal into the back seat. As I'm quietly watching the scene in perfect passivity, the policeman from earlier runs over. I'll pass on the layer of things, so how about letting me move on? Figured as much. Shaking my head in exasperation, I suddenly revoke myself. Should I have just left it alone? As the policeman pushes at my back, I glance at my wristwatch and informs me that I'm already 5 minutes late for my meeting. 30 minutes have passed since I was brought to the interrogation room, familiar as the place where criminals break into flop sweat and TV dramas. I'm sitting on a cheap foldable pipe chair, my arms folded in perfect silence.
誰かと待ち合わせをしているんだろさっさと話して終わらせた方がいいんじゃないか
Instead of responding, I close my eyes, a silent statement indicating that I have absolutely no intention of opening my mouth. The detective clicks his tongue. How do you click your tongue, by the way? Like that? Like, I don't get it. Tongue in exasperation at my attitude. I've got a pretty fair idea of what he'll be doing next. Sound of something being struck and an even louder attempt at intimidation. This is the point where a timid guy would be jumping in his seat with his eyes wide open, or maybe staring at the floor and quivering. As for me, my eyes are still shut and my arms are still folded quietly. My mind is a total blank. I've been accustomed to adults shouting at me like this since I was a child. Following the threat stage, the next step would be for him to grip my hair and jolt me back and forth, but I'm dealing with an official authority group here. I should get off without direct violence this time. Not to say they won't pull out the old TV cliches and harass me by shining a desk lamp in my eyes or something of the sort. I can roughly translate the detective side. God damn it, kids these days. I gently open my eyes in order to sneak a look at his disgusted face. The detective sitting in front of me seems to be challenging the Guinness World Record for the most dramatic assessment tree between the left and right side of a human mouth, or maybe he's just scowling. When I let out a snort of laughter in response to the unexpectedly pleasant sight, the detective scratches his head violently and glares at me. It won't gain you anything, but you won't lose anything either except your time. Turn my gaze to the clock on the wall of the sweat box. An hour has already passed since the scheduled time for my meeting. The detective strikes the desk with excellent comic timing. The best part is the way he knocks his ashtray off the table every time he does this. His tone distinctly fed up. He stoops down to pick the plastic tray off the floor. Kasumi Yuji, occupation student. It's sort of a weird story. It's because my mom forgot my birth certificate, and I ended up not existing in government system for about 16 years before I actually got it again and put myself in the system finally. It's a weird story. Kasumi Yuji, occupation student. Kasumi Yuji, occupation student. Hey, you're the one that's asking. We're just answering. First, it's say something. Now it's shut up. Talk about hard to please. Oh my. Our conspicuous detective scowls yet again and scratches his head. Flakes of dandruff drift glidely through the air. Based on his furrowly wrinkled suit and heavy stubble, I say he hasn't been home in days. Another sigh. It's enough to make me want to heave one myself, because we both take our work seriously. Seems like we're stuck going around in circles. Just as we roughly complete this exchange of one-sided bitterness and mutual glaring, there are a well-timed knock at the door, sound of it being unlocked. A slightly plump elderly detective enters the room. Given the respectful tone of the detective I've been chatting with, he's probably a superior of some sort. After a quick glance in my direction, the elder detective whispers something into the younger man's ear. Before long, the younger detective turns towards me with a decidedly nonplussed expression. Why now all of a sudden? With those parting words, the young detective leaves the room. The elder detective watches him go and then faces me with a greasy smile. But yeah, by the way, guys, sorry I was gone for 6 days. That was pretty much my small break that I decided to do. It was longer than I expected. I didn't mean for it to be that long, but... And also I'm going to take a break a little bit. Just a little bit from Princess Abigail because, let's face it, my channel's being filled with it at the moment. It's time to add something a little different. So, this. The detective glares at me with eyes like a dead fish. Then the image of Marika with those dead eyes pops up in the back of my head. Sadly, I cannot edit that. If you'd known I was from Grisaia from the start, wouldn't you have thrown me in jail, stripped me naked, and sprayed me down with a hose? Just to let you know, I'm nothing but a student. My work at Grisaia is only a part-time cleaning job. In response to my words, the detective twists his mouth into something vulgarly resembling a smile. Sarcasm drifting from every pore of his body, the detective treats me with transparently insincere courtesy. He's perfectly civil on a superficial level, but the atmosphere in here is growing increasingly unpleasant. The younger detective from before, hard-ass that he was, seems infinitely preferable. Did you inquire to Grisaia about me?
あなたのお名前をデータベースで検索させたんですがね、検索している最中に電話が鳴りまして、受話器を上げてみたら防衛省の特別の機関からのお電話でして、うちの犬がそちらで保護されていないかと聞きましてね。いや、驚きましたよ実際。うちは保健所じゃありませんからね。
Since you found my owner, I confirm that my leash is properly attached. I should be able to leave now, right?
どうぞご自由に。ああ、そうそう。あなたが今度転入なさる学園の学園長からもこちらに連絡がありましたよ。なかなかいらっしゃらないからと近隣の署に片っ端から連絡を入れたそうですよ。おかげでうちの所長も会議の途中で電話に引っ張られたようでして、そのファイヤーに言われたと言っておりました。
Yeah. Where's my backpack?
お預かりした荷物は玄関に出してありますので、そちらを。なんでしたらうちの車でお送りしましょうか。
You're not getting funds from public taxes in order to defer buns like me around, are you? I'll walk. I don't know what the... After I urged out the door by the old man, the young detective appears from the rear carrying the backpack they had taken from me earlier. Bit of a tough question. I guess you could say my life. That wasn't really what I was going for. Dropping the backpack next to me, the detective lets out a slight sigh. Thanks for lugging it out here. Pretty heavy, isn't it? True, I guess that's natural for a policeman, sorry. The detective smiles warily. I'm wearing the school uniform, you can see at a glance. He clasps my shoulder as we pass each other. With those parting words, he heads back into the police station. Guess I don't make a convincing student yet. I'm wearing black slacks and a short sleeve dress shirt, as well as a blue tartan check necktie. Including my somewhat longish hair, I could be the very image of a student. I guess it's a little difficult turning into something like that all of a sudden, but it's probably precisely because of this is difficult that I decided to give it a try. For a while, I myself didn't understand why I asked for this, but now I think I have a faint grasp on the reason. I wanted to become something that I couldn't understand, something that I wasn't. At the moment, I've done nothing but smooth down my edges of it. Perhaps later on I'll become a student on the inside as well. The sun had been clinging... What the heck is happening to my mouse? It's just disappearing and reappearing. Mouse okay? The sun that had been climbing upward earlier has now firmly reached its synth. I don't know what to say. Temperature keeps on rising and sweat oozes from my skin. I was pretty sure she'd pick me up, but Sensing a princess, I lower my gaze from the sun. My eyes were accustomed to high contrast lighting, project a human form in its silhouette for only the briefest of moments before the details fade in. A woman raising an awkward silhouette grinding boldly stands before my eyes. Spare me, I don't want to see a pose like that outside the workplace. In the first place, what's with the dopey salute? The girls in bikinis on the Maritime SDF recruitment poster have more impressive form.
いじゃないの。早速のお仕事をねぎらってるのに。
I don't recall contributing enough to society today to deserve any appreciation.
はいはい。来た早々とんでもない目にあったのはわかるけど、八つ当たりはしないでちょうだい。そんなことよ
She opens the door of the car, stop next to her.
乗って。目的を遂行する方が最優先でしょ。
And on to the next part.